and they crawl out of that, and they're a full-grown bee. They're nice and fuzzy, and you can tell a baby bee. They're all the ones that are in the house. They're house bees.
Yeah.
Then after they've been in the house for their first 20 days of life, the last 20 days of their life, they spend outside flying and foraging back and forth.
So they only live about 40 days?
Depends, 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
So somewhere in there.
While the queens will last 2 to 3 years?
Right.
Okay. Okay. And so what are the rewards of being a beekeeper? So we know that there's tax advantages. So look up, so based on where you live, in Texas, you can get an ag exempt based on how many hives do you have to have?
It depends on county by county.
Okay.
Because you have to have in between 5 and 20 acres.
Okay.
And your house can't be on one of the acres.
Okay.
So maybe 6 acres if your house is there, up to 20.
Yeah.
So if you have more than 20, you have to have some other exemption for the rest of your land. But you can use bees for some of it.
And it can be an ag exempt based on the number of bees and the amount of land you have?
It's the number of hives per acre.
Okay, great. So there's a financial incentive from a tax perspective. Yeah, from a tax perspective, that seems pretty low cost to entry. Cheaper than getting goats and then cows, right? What about selling honey, right? You mentioned that you guys sell honey, and there's Round Rock Honey here locally that sells honey in a lot of local places. So is bottling, and is it a money maker? Is it?
Not really. I think it's a break-even kind of thing.
Okay.
Because you're still buying sugar to make the sugar syrup for your bees.
Okay.
You feed your bees throughout the year.
So it's more of a hobby, a labor of love, right?
It is much more a labor of love, and it's just bees are cool.
Yeah.
I didn't used to like honey that much. I got in it for the wax. I love to melt wax. I thought, beeswax candles they smell so good. They're so pretty. You can use wax for chapstick, for hand lotion. You can do candles. You can make furniture polish with it. You can put it all over your shoes and make them waterproof. There's tons of uses for wax. And melting crayons, doing the whole encaustic art thing, lots of fun.
Wow. So what would you say was the biggest reward then for you?
The biggest reward? I think it's all the people that I've met, really.
It's a community.
It is. And, I laugh because the club meetings go by, what's it called, the Ross rules or something, where I propose. And,
oh yeah, the Robert's Rules of Order.
Robert's Rules, yes. I thought as a kid I would never be in a club that did that, but here I am on a board for. It's just weird, and the politics is crazy because if you ask one beekeeper how to do something, he'll give you 5 answers. And you ask another beekeeper, and he'll give you 5 different answers. So there's not very many wrong ways to do stuff. But there's tons of right ways. You just have to find the one that works for you.
So for you, it's community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've met a whole lot of friends.
How about for the assistants and the assistants to the assistants? What is the biggest rewards for you guys?
Well, it's like riding bikes. We do it together. It's the companionship, and it's the, what are we going to do today in the bee field? I watch over her so she doesn't get too hot. And bees are cool. Bees are just cool. Honey's cool. When you mention to people that you're a beekeeper or beekeeper's assistant, they're automatically they say, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Well, what does that involve?" And so you try to tell them.
All right. Great. How about you, Cody?
Well, it's very much the same. I like having the honey. It's easy. Okay, you want some honey? I can hook you up, get you connected. And people are into that. Well, how do you have this honey? Well, I know the beekeepers. I know the bees. I know the whole process. Especially living in Austin, people are very conscious about buying locally. And you tell them that, oh yeah, you want to see bee fields too? I can take you there. They're all over it.
And the other thing is, you want raw honey, you've got it.
Okay.
Straight from the hive to you. It's not really been anything but strained for the bee part.
So do you guys sell your own honey? Do you guys like even ship it out to people who want it, or it's mainly just local?
Up until just this last legislative session, you couldn't. We had to sell
Locally at like farmers markets?
person to person.
Okay.
Just the beekeeper to who's buying it. No third-party sales and no online sales. To do that, you have to comply with other laws. You have to have an inspected kitchen and health department rules and all that stuff. So it gets into the cottage law. And that, so that said, if you process or if you produce under 2,500 pounds, then you can sell person to person.
Okay.
This last legislative session, they've changed or maybe I think it's proposed for the next one. I don't know, there's a new law that's coming out that's going to allow even small beekeepers, even hobbyist beekeepers, to sell it online if we want to.
Okay, but up until now, it's not.
Up
Okay.
until now, you've had to just sell it person to person, like a farmer's market or a fair or a side of the road.
It's kind of following in the way wine and craft brews have gone.
Okay. So if there was somebody that wanted to buy some of this honey, they would need to be local in the Austin area, and send you an email. And what was the email again?
Texas Beek.
Texas.
TexasBeek.
Okay.
At gmail.com.
Excellent.
And we'll find some dark alley to do our transaction.
Well, thank you all. This is a Stillman family. Great experience for me today. It was the first time I was in a bee suit. Didn't get stung, although the GoPro got stung twice. I have a couple of stings, so unfortunately I've lost a couple bees, and they're trying to defend their hive. But this was a great experience. Thank you guys. Really appreciate that.